upgrade to the iPhone 11 Pro or 11 Pro Max if you already have the iPhone XS or XS Max? It's a harder decision than you may think. Hey everyone, it is Andrew here from Apple Insider, and we're going to be talking about a big question that I'm sure a lot of you face. And that is, if you have the iPhone XS or XS Max, should you upgrade to the iPhone 11 Pro or the iPhone 11 Pro Max? Well, that's what we are going to try to set out to answer in this video. Let's talk about it. First, let's look at Apple's lineup as a whole. For the average person, a lot of us agree that the iPhone 11 is the way to go. But if last year you picked up the iPhone XS or the XS Max, you're likely not looking for what that iPhone XR offered. Similarly, with this year, you're not looking for what the iPhone 11 offers, and you're looking at maybe more the iPhone 11 Pro or the Pro Max. So that's what we're really focusing on in this video. There are four main reasons one would upgrade from the iPhone XS or XS Max to the 11 Pro or 11 Pro Max. And first off is battery life. Apple says the new iPhones can get much more battery life than the predecessors. The iPhone 11 Pro can get 4 more hours than the iPhone XS, and the 11 Pro Max can get 5 more hours than the iPhone XS Max. Those are some pretty huge gains. So if you already have those phones and you're already pushing them to the limit and you don't want to hunker them down with a bulky battery case, then it definitely might be worth upgrading to the new iPhone 11 Pro series. Second up, and probably the most obvious, is the cameras on the iPhone 11 Pro line. Now, all the cameras here are improved. So first we have the new ultra wide angle lens, which is just an entirely new lens for the iPhone line. We have the improved tele-lens, which has a new faster, wider 2.0 aperture, so you're going to get less grain in those telephotos, especially in low light. And the wide lens has 100% coverage in focus pixels, so we saw improvements across the board there. The front-facing camera is now up to 12 megapixels and can shoot ultra-wide angle selfies, as well as slofies, but we're not going to say that word too many times. So if you are someone who really cares about your photography, your videography, any of that, it's pretty much a no-brainer to go with these new phones. The camera alone is likely worth it for a lot of people out there. This is the biggest upgraded cameras we've seen from Apple yet. There's the new night mode on the new line of Pro phones, as well as the iPhone 11. But if you're considering upgrading from the XS, XS Max, that's just another thing to come into play. We also have Deep Fusion coming to these phones later in the year, which is going to really improve HDR type photography. There's a lot to love with new cameras. They are absolutely amazing. So if you are someone who really cares about those photos, the Pro line is definitely the way to go. Third on the list is performance. Apple is upgrading the new iPhone 11 Pro as well as the iPhone 11 with the A13 Bionic processor. It is a huge step forward in performance, even though you're not going to feel a lot of it right out of the gate. The reasons you are going to care about performance is when it comes to things like a lot of photography, videography stuff, or if you are someone who games a lot. Apple Arcade has just launched and we have seen a lot of great titles, but even on our XS Max, we're seeing a little bit of lag. So with the A13 chip, it definitely could be enough headroom to give you that nice, smooth gameplay without worrying about that. So if you're someone who really cares about gaming and does a lot of it, you're jumping into Apple Arcade and other games on iOS, definitely consider upgrading from your XS or XS Max. Gamers, as well as others, may care about the last thing on our list, which is going to be the display. The Super Retina XDR, as Apple calls it, is their best display yet for an iPhone. Day to day, you're not going to notice a huge amount of difference. It gets a little bit brighter, has improved contrast, but what you're going to notice is when you're looking at things that are like HDR. Now, that could be a game that you're playing that has a really lot of colors and just pops and looks amazing, or it could be when you're watching movies. So if you are a cinephile, you love watching Dolby Vision movies on your phone, well, then the iPhone 11 Pro is the way to go. The display looks absolutely stunning, as we could tell from our hands-on time, and if you do a lot of video watching on your phone, you like watching movies and stuff, you're going to notice a huge difference with this display. So there is a definite improvement in the display on this phone. Same goes for speakers. They are improved speakers. We weren't in love with the speakers on the XS line, and they are way better with the new 11 Pro. There is even this faux 3D surround sound that you get when watching movies on those speakers. So if you are someone who really wants a better display, watches a lot of movies, looks at photos, or plays a lot of games, then the iPhone 11 Pro is the way to go. So what do you guys think? Those are 4 big reasons. The cameras could be reason enough alone, but if you see one of those other 3 between the battery life, the extra performance, or that gorgeous display as reasons to upgrade, then it's definitely worth it to go from the iPhone XS Max or the iPhone XS to the 11 Pro or the 11 Pro Max. That's just in our opinion. We're definitely doing it, but this is also our job. We sit here and we play with these phones day in and day out, so we need the latest phones for what we do. You may be different, so I want to hear your guys' thoughts. It's definitely kind of a weird year. It's kind of half an S year, half a full upgrade year, but I'm very excited and eager to hear what you guys think, and if you're going to be upgrading your XS or XS Max to the 11 Pro or 11 Pro Max. Let us know down below in the comments or reach me